Hello everybody. So today's video is going to be on oracle cards, tarot cards, clearing and cleansing them. Why? Why do you need to clear and cleanse them? This is really important. They hold energy, and it's important to get rid of that energy before you use them because it could alter your reading. The second that you touch them also, you can absorb whatever energy is in those cards. So it's important to really cleanse them and make them your own. When should you cleanse them? If you see me looking off to the side and just looking at my little bullet sheet that I just use for reference, it's just so you know. If someone else has touched them, a lot of times when I do my readings, I have people direct their energy into the cards before I read them, and some people just float their hands over it, and some people touch them. Either way, I cleanse them afterwards because either way, their energy is going into those cards. They're new, or you've bought them secondhand, or someone has given you a deck of cards. Anything that you have not created, even then, if you buy materials at the store to create your own cards, those materials hold energy as well. Wood, like if you're using oracle cards that are made from some kind of paper stock, that paper comes from wood, and wood is known to hold energy for years. So it's important to cleanse your cards when you get them. If you did a draining reading, anybody who's read cards will know that you've had one or more readings that was particularly draining. And after I cleanse my cards after I use them anyway, but if you're one to, kind of let it flow or whatever, and to each their own. Whoever has their own practice, that's fine. But if you had a particularly draining reading, it's a good idea to cleanse them after that. If they're sitting too long without use, you want to refresh that energy in the deck. So you want to cleanse them if they've been sitting for too long and you haven't used them, to just kind of, just get them vibrant again. Exposed to negative energy. This is huge because if you've done readings, I'm sure you've come across someone who, and negative energy doesn't mean bad. And I want to say that because this doesn't mean like an evil energy. Negative energy could just be someone who has this, is just like a pessimistic person and just carries this negative thought process with them, and a lot of people aren't aware that they're even doing this. And so if you've come across someone that you're reading who just has a negative energy and a negative energy to their aura, to their being, it's really important that you cleanse. I just bit my tongue. It's really important that you cleanse after that. That hurt. Your readings are becoming increasingly unclear, or you're having a hard time connecting, like you feel disconnected to that deck. It's a good time to cleanse and clear them. Ways to cleanse and clear your deck. Shuffling and knocking on them. So let me just grab a deck and I can show you what I mean, because I have decks that I use only for myself, and I have decks that I use for others. So this is one of my decks. I love this deck. So in order to, one way to really push energy is just to shuffle. And I use only oracle cards. Oracle cards are bigger. They're much larger. Not all of them. Some of them are smaller, but majority of them are bigger sized. So just shuffling or knocking. I knock 3 times. Everybody has their own preference, but so that's what I do to disperse that energy. Meditation. using your own energy to cleanse. So I'll just take these out again. And sitting in a meditative state. And I did a meditation video, and I'm not sure if you watched it, but this is, something that is done. And to be clear, you don't have to clear your mind. You don't just push out anything that comes into your mind that doesn't, that's just like everyday stuff. But sitting with your cards, holding them with both hands, and just sitting with them, closing your eyes, and focusing your energy into the deck with the intention that you're pushing out all the energy that does not belong there. And just really seeing that in your mind's eye happening, that is another way to cleanse your deck. A moon bath is another great way. And it also charges your deck as well. So letting your cards sit out. I will say, if you're going to put them outside, it might be good to put a rubber band around them, just so they don't fly away. Keeping an eye on the weather as well, depending on where you live too. But if you have, if you live in an apartment building and you don't have respectable neighbors in your building, you don't want your cards to get ruined. If you have a space inside your home, like a windowsill or someplace that you can put them that has the moonlight coming in, then that would be a perfect alternative. And just letting them sit overnight on the night of the full moon. Salt is another great way. So you can get a bowl, a big enough bowl to fit your cards, and just putting your cards at the bottom of the bowl and putting salt on top of them. Just be careful with, taking them out or moving. Salt can be very abrasive. And so I say this all the time with stones as well, especially stones. If you're going to cleanse them with salt, to be very careful because salt is abrasive. Fresh air. Now, fresh air, you can put them out during the day. Again, keep an eye on the weather. Just put out there. If you put it out there for like 4 hours, 6 hours, you can put it out there all day if you want. And just letting that breeze flow through them. Again, holding them together with something, or putting a rock or something on top of them to keep them from blowing away, especially if you're having, if it's breezy or whatever. Another way is if I'm shuffling and I'm doing, a reading and I'm just doing this, shuffling, then I will take and I will go and I will blow as I move the cards around. Next one is smudging. And this is the act of using sage, lighting sage, and pushing the smoke through the deck. You can do one card at a time if you choose, or you can do the entire deck as a whole. And just really, and the key is really seeing it in your mind's eye. Really, I think that's the most important part, is seeing, no matter what way you choose to cleanse your cards, seeing that energy leaving your deck. So smudging is, the practice of burning sage. There's also other smudge sticks as well you can use. You can use a Palo Santo stick. You can use lavender. You can use frankincense, which is not a smudge stick. That's an incense, but a resin. But there are other ways that you can push smoke through your cards and cleanse them as well. You can use all 4 elements. Using all 4 elements, you can even say incantations if you choose. But really the most important thing is the intent and seeing it in your mind's eye. So that would be earth, air, fire, water. So having a candle lit, having incense burning, having a water bowl, and having salt. Salt being representative of earth, you just sprinkle some salt over the deck, pass it over the flame of a fire, pass it through the smoke of the incense, and just dipping your fingers into the water and just kind of like, just flicking it around your deck. And how to bond with your deck. Let me just put these away real quick. Sleep with them. Really connecting with the energy while you sleep. You sleep for at least 6 hours. a night. Some people do sleep less, some people sleep more, but even if you're sleeping for 4 to 5 hours a night, you're getting that 4 to 5 hours with you being in close contact with your deck. And I think that that's great to bond with them during that time, because your energy is intertwining with the energy of the oracle or tarot deck. Look through them one by one, really enjoying the artwork, really getting feelings for what that card could represent, recognizing your own feelings, how you feel about that card, and it may be different than what it says on the card, and that is really okay. Actually, that's fantastic, because that means that you're getting your own energetic read from that card by what you're seeing and what you're feeling. Charge your deck. You can use the moon to charge your deck, and crystals. And as far as crystals, quartz is a great thing to keep with your deck. It'll keep them cleansed and it'll keep them charged. I use this for my crystals, but if you have a selenite slab, selenite is one of the crystals that never needs cleansing, and it's a charging stone. It charges other things. So if you have a selenite slab, see, it's small and it's a little bowl and it's made for my crystals, but I also have a selenite slab that you could just lay out and put your oracle or tarot deck on top of the slab and just leave it there overnight, and it'll charge your deck. And the last way to connect is to do a daily draw for yourself. Shuffling your cards and just pulling a card for yourself, and let that be your draw for the day, and kind of a little insight for the day to come. And it's a great way to connect with your deck and to bond your energy with the energy of the deck. So, but I do hope that you found this video useful, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.